Please welcome Nanny Robina. Let's talk a little bit about the soother situation. Oh my gosh, so much fun. Robina, you cannot possibly, you can't go to Disney World without having a good time. There's magic pixie dust. And it's just fun. It's a great time. So let's talk a little bit about the soother, okay? Back to parenting. We all know that there are certain milestones that a child might go through. They might have that soother when they're a baby, and then at some point, you need to take the soother away. So I want to start with a Skype that we have from Andrea, who shares her story of losing the soother. Take a look.
Hi, Tracy and Nanny Robina. Just want to share our story of taking away the soother from our children. With my son, we wanted to make it quick and somewhat painless. So we took them away one night and just told him that the soother fairy had come, taken them away because there was a baby that didn't have any. With my daughter, it was a little harder giving it up because she was my baby, and that meant no more baby stuff. So she put hers beside her stocking at Christmas time, and Santa was to come and take them away. And he was going to take them and give them to a baby again that didn't have any and really needed them because she didn't need them anymore. And her question was, would Santa leave me a Barbie house if I give up my soothers? And so that worked out well because we had a bit of a bribe in there, and she got her Barbie house from Santa, and the babies in the world were happy.
Now that's a smart situation right there. That child is a smart child. That's how I should have gotten my Barbie camper. I should have done a trade-off.
You know what, let me tell you, I bet there's a few soothers hanging around, or pacifiers as you call them, around Disney at this time, because that'd be a good time to get rid of it while the kids are busy doing something else, let me tell you.
So what was interesting about that situation is that, you know, there's almost this altruistic part of it where she says, you know what, there are babies in the world who need soothers, so maybe you can donate yours, which is really nice.
Yeah.
How would you suggest parents start getting rid of the soother?
You know, I think...
And at what age? Is there an age?
You know, there's guidelines. First of all, let me tell you the introduction of the soother and where it should have gone in the beginning. Okay. You should have introduced her as a baby. Yeah. Never let your baby fall asleep with it. You take it out before the baby falls asleep. You bin it by 3 months. Yeah. Many parents are actually introducing it at 3 months now, you know, or if not, around the 3-month mark. But the story of the introduction should have been taken away at 3 months, but children have it much longer.
They're not supposed to put themselves to sleep with it? I thought that was the whole point.
Oh gosh, Tracy, no.
That's soothers, I don't know.
That is a whole other story. Then you got to get up every night and put that soother back in until the baby's able to find one of 15 that's in the crib. That's a whole new show.
Right.
But anyways, let me tell you, I think it depends on how long the person, the baby, the toddler I should say, has actually had the soother.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you've had the soother for 2.5, 3 years, it may be a little bit harder to get rid of. It's become your child's best friend.
Right.
Okay, they're very, very attached to it. So I would go through a weaning process.
Okay, how do you start the weaning?
So you know what, you may want to start just saying, instead of allowing your child to have it all day, you're going to be allowed to have it at nap time, and you're going to be allowed to have it at bedtime, and we're going to put it away throughout the day.
Okay.
Pick a special time. Have the chat, pick a particular day that you're going to do it on. And obviously go, if you've got some event coming up that's going to keep them really busy, that would probably be a good time to start actually, because then they're going to be preoccupied with everything else.
Now, some parents do the whole, you're too big for that and your friends are going to make fun of you, and would you go down that road?
Oh, go on. Yeah, emotionally bury a toddler, why don't you?
The whole sort of humiliation thing.
Do you know what I mean? You know, there's a fine line between making a child feel guilty and ashamed, and I think you might be crossing the line there when you start doing that, because, hey, you were the one that gave the toddler the soother in the first place, so why did you give it me if you're going to make me feel that way?
Right.
So no, I don't think it's necessary. And honestly, moms, it is so much less painful than you think it's going to be. Yeah. I think a lot of parents are like, just the anticipation of going through that is like, they get so nervous and so worked up. It is not as painful as you may think it's going to be. Move forward thinking positive, you know?
Okay, well, let's talk about the pain situation, because Chantel Bernard, we got a lot of responses on Facebook. She says, we just finally got our 2-year-old off hers. We just told her it's in the garbage now because she's a big girl, but she says it was harder on me than her. So you touch on that. It's sort of the parents thinking, I need this device, I need this crutch. They're going to be crying. How long are they usually miserable for?
Honestly, it is usually approximately, for most children, many children that I know, it's been approximately 48 hours.
Okay, so a couple of days of
A couple of
crying
days, you know what?
looking for it everywhere in every
Yeah,
garbage
because
can.
they're used to it, right? And one of the things you may want to do is you may want to consider introducing something else that they can attach to before that you take away that, because it is an attachment. They're very attached to their soother. So you may want to introduce something special to them and then let them get hooked on that and take away the soother.
But then you have to get them off of the other
Depends
thing they
what
got
it
hooked
is.
on.
I mean, it depends what it is. It could just be a favorite little toy that they're going to take to bed.
Okay,
I mean, it could
that's
be something
true.
very
That's better,
simple.
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, you know, I think like depending on the age of the child, if it's a bit younger, you may not need to do that. But if it's
Right.
an older child and they're very attached to it, it may be a little bit tougher on them. But it is tougher on mum.
Yeah, it is. So at what point do you say, okay, you're in grade 3 now. There's a
We need to
limit,
take it away.
and I've got to take this soother away. Is there any age that you would say you should absolutely not have a soother?
You know,
because it's not good for the teeth
it's
either,
not
is
good
it?
for the teeth, and there is something about seeing a child that's 3, 4 years old sucking a soother on the street. There's something about it, you know,
Right.
that doesn't sit well with people because you tend to take a second look, like, ooh, it's a bit big. Can't help it. You do that, right? I think have the chat about, you know, you're a big boy now, big girl now, and I think, you know, whatever story, go into the tooth fairy, go into another baby,
Yes.
and all kinds of stories, and you know, have the chat and get rid of it. The thing is, Tracy, you have to get it out of the house because the moms will cave with the whining faster than the baby will.
Yes,
if you
we
know
will.
it's in the fridge.
Oh,
then
yes,
you're gonna
we will.
Reach for it. Yep.
Yeah, I need
so
quiet.
Have it
You
out of the
shove
house.
that right in your mouth, honey. Just one more thing we got from Facebook. Another parent said they went to Build-A-Bear, have them give the soother to one of the bears, but the bear eats the soother so that they can still have it, but they can have the bear in its place because the soother
That's
is
a
now
good
inside
idea.
the bear. They can't get to the soother anymore.
Yeah, and
right?
as long as your baby...
Be creative.
Be creative. As long as they don't sit there at night trying to open the tunnel for that soother.
Thanks so
But no,
much
that's good.
for all of your comments on Facebook. Let's go to break. We've got more coming up. Stay with us.